Hi everybody, Ben Myers here. We're going to do a little bit more constructed here. Been able to get some more resources, and we're going to go to the Soviet winter here since we're in the middle of winter, and do a tokens build here. And this one is from, let me just make sure I get the name right. I saw a version of this one from Spoos underscore Twitch from earlier this month. This is a pretty good deck that they've been playing, and I've been trying it out this morning. And yeah, it's a Soviet Buzzsaw. Really built, even though it's a Soviet heavy deck. The 109th Combat Engineers are very important for this deck. If you don't know, the 1-1 or 1 deploy 1 operate 1-1 infantry with smokescreen. When another friendly unit moves into the front line, give it +1/+1. So you can see how it kind of adds up with the reserves or the 321st infantry or the 554th, all from the Soviets, all very low operation cost, and then you make them big and whew, they can cause issues for a lot of opponents. So you can go very wide with those, or you can go tall with Unity as strength. T80s, I guess, is kind of like medium, but these 12th infantry regiments can get very big. So you can also go, you have some tall options, you have some wide options. The Alliance obviously is a really good wide option. I only have 1/16th rifles, so I switched out for a 1271st rifles, which gives you another copy of the reserves. So this is kind of a go even extra wide version of the original deck list versus maybe having another tall option in the 16th rifles. But I haven't seen much of a difference in how effective this deck can be. But we want speed, 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 and we want to keep the pressure on our opponent, get that front line held, and then close things out with a close combat, maybe some KD strikes, an alliance, a big 12th infantry or unity of strength attack. So yeah, it's a really good deck. I've been having fun with it, and let's give it a try. Alright, so we want to see the Alliance later. Let's see the 12th Engineers later. We're up against Nimble, which is what we want to be with this deck. Alright. Okay, so we get some early reserves and then drop a 109th. So that's our game plan right now. Alright, so let's pop up our early reserves. That turns all of our other ones on too. Plus we have a couple of bloody sickles to hopefully deal with anything our opponent gets out there, like Katie. Alright, in this case, let's go bloody sickle. Ooh, and a Katie of our own. I think I'm going to go T80 instead. Then we can drop our engineers and get a 4-4 T80 in the front line. Okay. And it survives that, so that's fine. That's all Nimble has. Okay, great. Alright, let's get our combat engineers down. Then let's go with a 554th. Move our T80 to the front line. Take out Katie. We had to draw 2 with that right now. We can hold on to it. Get him for some damage at our opponent's HQ. I'm actually going to put these other light infantry out now. Because that gives us some more frontline control coming up. Plus we have more reserves. Alright, so we have the first rifles. And they get rid of our engineers. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, well, that's not such a problem anymore. Alright, so let's alliance everybody up. Take out the rifles. Our opponent gets more in their deck, but we're going to have our Katie coming online here in a little bit. And now we have some serious numbers in the front line. Love to see unity of strength, another engineers. Alright, opponent's seen enough. Yeah, so that's pretty good example of how much of a buzzsaw this thing can be. It can rip right through even early guard units. So yeah, good start. So yeah, I've been really, and that's just another opportunity to kind of plug playkards.com. Nice setup there, and they do a nice job, and it's pretty easy to navigate. So good on them. All right, throw Siberian Transfer back, throw the Alliance back. Okay, not exactly what we want to see, but not the worst either. Up against the Wolf. Let's see what you got, Wolfie. If they're on a slower build. So let's get some light infantry out there. Next turn we can go taller with a unity of strength. And hopefully the turn after that win it with a close combat, but we'll see. Alright, Katie in the we don't like Katie. She's trouble. Alright, let's take out Katie. Alright, another unity of strength. Okay. So since I can't attack with the unity with whatever I suit up, I don't want to necessarily use it just yet. Alright, so they have the guard unit. Alright, we get Katie though. Well, I think we suit up one of our guys. Get our Katie going. See if we can get some extra damage in. Okay, good. Alright, pass it back. Okay, so next turn we get, what, 3 attack, right? Okay. Kinda need... We're kinda like a piece or two short right now. See what our opponent brings at us, though. Yeah, we're kinda... Like, we just don't... We kinda need something. I don't know. I don't know what we need, but it feels like we need something. Alright, another guard unit. Alright. Okay, combat engineers. Well, they are infantry too. Alright. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go combat engineers. I'm going to spin the... and flip the coin. Alright, no love. But I think now we can go with another unity of strength. And get in at this bigger guard unit. Pass it back. I'm almost tempted to even move Katie to the front line, but I don't think we do that. Alright, from the people from our opponent. So they've got both of our engineers so far, right? Or they only got one? I don't really need that. Get that out of the way. No, nah, bring it back. Alright, opponent, what do you got? I need like I need like a mobilization off the top where I think would actually be real good. Alright, Rifle Regiment. Okay. Alright, Cossacks. Okay. Alright, let's take out... Because we could spin the dice, or we could roll the dice. Let's get a Cossacks out there. I think we roll the dice and see if we can take out these guys. Because now we can take out the bigger guard infantry and keep our infantry going. Whereas we would have lost this infantry if we had done it a different way there. Alright, bloody sickle. Okay, we'd also like to maybe an industrial might. We kind of need some card draw. We're running out of gas a little bit. Alright, another infantry regiment. And 42nd Rifles. Alright, well, we get the combat engineers. So I think we're going to go with no surrender. And drop the combat engineers next turn. Let's see. Let's take out one of the guard units. I almost don't want to attack with this right here, because then on the crackback they can take it out, and I want our opponent to have to trade for it, so I'm going to pass. Because we have a string of buffed guys coming next turn. Alright, Cossacks down. Yeah, mobilization off the top. Or even a bloody sickle just to cycle it and take out these 42nd Rifles. That'd be good. Alright, another 42nd Rifles. And the Rifle Regiment. Okay. The Juggernaut, eh? Alright, let's move that to the front line. Get our combat engineers down. Execute our plan here a little bit. So this will make this what, a 7-4. And go down to a 7-3. Yeah, I think we do that still. Force our opponent to just really commit to blowing this thing up. And then next turn, depending on what survives, we hit him with a giant close combat. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'd love to see mobilization or a little bit of card draw off the top, but it doesn't seem to be in the cards for us. No pun intended. Alright. What else you got, opponent? Okay, the battalion. Okay, we're happy to trade. Yeah, we're fine with that. Because now we get in for, well, we get in for less. Let's see, 4 plus 6 is 10. Nah, that's not going to do anything. Cossacks. Oof. Alright, they tore us up. We ran out of fuel. Like, we're just out of gas. Alright, let's use our Siberian Transfer to take out the 42nd Rifles. But yeah, we are plain old out of gas. So we didn't really draw any of our card draw. We're not out of the game, but it doesn't look good. A bloody sickle into a mobilization would be nice. Alright, waiting on the opponent. Corsair, sure. Alright. Gunship mission. Yep, okay. 16th Rifles just isn't going to do anything. Pass it back. I mean, we're going to be taking 7 damage to our HQ. Nah, we're pretty much out of this one. And got to figure our opponent has some big American planes on the way. So I think this kind of shows the weakness of this deck as well, which is good. You want to see both the strengths and the weaknesses of this kind of stuff. All right, motor rifles. Yeah, this is one. This one's unless we go. There's the stupid mobilization. Way too late. All right, Katie. Oh, an industrial might. All right, because now we can go Katie. Take out the Cossacks. Industrial might. Or the infantry, now industrial might. Okay, well, if they ignore our front line and just go for our HQ with their Corsair or our Katie, I don't know. It still doesn't look good. That was enough to get us back in the game, I think, but not all the way back. That was a big run there. We got to draw what, 6 cards? All right, taking out Katie. Because we can't get through their guard unit now. Alright, and they have a B-17. Okay. Yeah, we kind of knew that was coming, though. Alright, well, yeah, our opponent's got this one all locked up. Because they can get him for 9. Okay, well, let's not string this out anymore. Opponent's got it. They're the winner. We drew our card draw way too late in that game. Alright, well, can't win them all. Alright, so that one, the frustrating part there is, it's not necessarily frustrating, it's just we ran out of gas and we had no way to get back into things. And by the time we did draw something to refuel, it was too late. Alright, so who's up next? GL Draz? Or GLD Raz? Alright, no, don't want any of these right off the rip, I don't think. Alright, some bloody sickles into a Katie or a T80, depending on what our opponent does. Alright. Okay, opponent goes with a brand new hand. And we'd love them to play a cavalry unit or something here, right into our bloody sickles. Alright, nothing from our opponent, so yeah, we'll pop off an early reserves. Alright, so it depends on what our opponent plays here. It's either gonna be a Katie, a T80, or 2 light infantry. Or we can use these bloody sickles too. Alright, nothing from our opponent. Okay, in that case we're going to go with the 2 light infantry because they're slower, and now we can move into position with them and drop our Katie in behind and have some bodies in front of it. T80 there also would have been fine, I think. It would have been a little more aggressive, but I wonder what our opponent's playing. Oh, okay, so our opponent hasn't played anything on the first 3 turns of the game. So let's take the front line, let's get a T80 going, and let's pop off another reserves. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I think we should still get to draw. So our opponent didn't do anything for the first 3 turns of the game, and now they play a BF-110. Hmm. Okay, well, let's go Rifle Regiment because it's free. Go Katie number 1. Let's hit the 110, see if we can take it down. Alright, then we'll go Katie number... Do we want to commit 2 Katies to the board? Nah. Let's just take down this 110. Grab the front line with the T80. Hit him for 3. And let's go with 2 more light infantry. I'm just living in fear of a naval operations or something. So I want to keep a Katie in hand so it acts like a removal order. Alright, 0. Okay, so now we'd love to see the alliance off the top. Okay, no, nothing. Alright, well, let's hit our own T80. Draw a card. Alright, mobilization. Okay, hit our own T80 again. We really want the alliance. Draw another card. Alright. Okay, not very helpful. I mean, I think we just get in for some damage and draw 3. Sure, we're gonna lose our T80, but now there's that alliance we were looking for. Okay, so now we can go Katie into the alliance next turn. And have a 3-3 Katie going. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so Katie first. Then the alliance. Use Katie to take the 0 down. And let's get in for 9. And yeah. Now, and we can also next turn. Okay, enemy gives it up. Alright. So opponent didn't really do anything very early there, so we kind of just steamrolled them and took advantage. Alright, well, let's get another one. I think, like, seeing the 16th rifles would give us a little more early gameplay, too, so maybe it's worth investing in the second 16th rifles. Okay. I don't think we want a unity. Well, I don't know. That could be pretty good. Alright, and we're up against SD273145. I think we've played them before. Alright, we'll try this one. Alright, so see if we can get some early pressure on our opponent. Alright, might as well get in for a point. Drop a couple light infantry. Oh, drop one. No, we have 2 light infantry. We can drop that. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, let's see if we can buzz our way in there. Ooh, a Tora, eh? Oh, that's not very nice. Alright, more reserves. Alright, let's get those guys out there. So, we're kind of where we were last turn, but our opponent has more credits now. So, we'll see what happens here. Alright, let's go Cossacks. And get another light infantry. So next turn we can go Unity is Strength. Put some pressure on our opponent. Alright, so they get the Susie. Alright, so they got the little Susie plan going here. Okay. Well, that's okay. We can go reserves and just get some more infantry on the field. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 more infantry out there. 3 more infantry out there. There we go. Alright, well, we got to pass it back because we're pinned. And our opponent has a grip. Alright, naval operations. That hurt. Alright, well, we get a no surrender, which is good. And then let's go with a unity of strength on our Cossacks. Put some pressure on our opponent. We got mobilization ready for next turn. Alright, long range recon for our opponent, sure. And a desperate measures. Alright, well, good. Get those out of their hand early. Alright, get in for 8 on our opponent's HQ. Let's take this opportunity to fuel up a little bit. Alright, close combat. If we can get this close combat off next turn, I think we're feeling pretty good. Alright, because we can get in for 11 and 4 is 15 next turn. Alright, convoy. So, I've seen this kind of deck before that our opponent's on, and I think what it is there's going to be a national fire service here. Alright. So, our opponent is essentially delaying until they can finish us off, like they can just pop off a big combo. So we got to keep their HQ under 20, and then we just got to hopefully they don't get like a critical mass of stuff in their hands. So we're going to do a little self damage to draw a card here. Alright, get another unit in the front line. Now, wouldn't be surprised if we see another naval operations or something here. Long range recon, fortification. Okay, well, we can do a ton of damage to our opponent here. So let's get our close combat going. Get in for 4, 8, 12, 16, 27. Alright, opponent's at 5, so now we need good rolls with our Katies here. So 1, alright, comes down to this. Because you gotta figure we're gonna lose these Katies. Alright, down to this one card. Katie. Ah, she didn't get there. Okay, so now if our opponent can pin us out here, we're done. But we do have our Siberian transfer. Alright, so there's Susie, so they're going to pin us. Okay. Alright, and a fortification. Well, we took our shot and we didn't get there. Alright, but we can get a nice big 12th Infantry Regiment, give our opponent another threat to deal with, even though it's long term. Alright, we'll see. We got our opponent down to a 1-turn clock. Alright, another Susie. Another deadly duty, yep. Okay. So we're all locked up here. Alright, bombing raid, yeah. Okay. Well, still got our opponent on a 1-turn clock. We have to pass because we can't play anything. So hopefully no, like, desperate, well, even desperate measures is okay, but, alright, MI5, so they're just trying to, kind of a classic, alright, opponent, Imperial Decree, and a Tora, no, there goes all our stuff. Alright, well, we still got our opponent in a very difficult position. Like, they have to play exactly correctly here. Alright, recon, convoy, sure. And convoy, yeah. Alright, well, we'll see. Okay, so we only get in for 2 at our opponent's HQ. We got to move these rifles forward. We got to put another no surrender out there. Alright. So opponent pretty much has to just keep us pinned or keep sweeping us away here, which they might be able to do. I mean, they've drawn a lot of cards. Long range recon, naval operations. Okay, that hurts. All right, well, another big infantry regiment. See if we can get that going. We are 1 point of damage away. Another naval operations. MI5 just draws them a card. Okay, they draw another card. Okay, unity is strength. Might as well just use that. Pass it back. Opponent's running out of... They're down to 3 cards in their deck, so they need to be able to pop off their combo, whatever it is. Alright, another 12th infantry. So another big boy infantry they gotta deal with. And we're at 14, so we've got to figure they're like a last rites. Alright, so another deadly duty, so they've drawn their deck. So they gotta have last rites, okay. So that gives them, alright, they draw 2. So can they win from here? They need an Imperial Decree. Alright, they got it. So good on our opponent. This is kind of a interesting combo deck. Like, you're supposed to play through the entire deck. Very interesting deck, though. Even though we lose this game, it's very cool deck to play against. So, interesting there. Alright, we'll play like one more with this, or 1 or 2 more with this tokens build, and then we'll wrap this one up. Alright, up against Shadow 1. Okay, don't need mobilization just yet. Oh, we'll keep the rest. Okay, well, we'll go Combat Engineers and get an early point, or, +1/+1 off of it. Okay, well, we'll go T80. Get in for 2. Now we have a turn 3, 4/4 in the front line. Alright, Monty. Okay. So more pinning for our opponents here. Alright, let's go Rifle Regiment. Get that going. Drop another T80. Yeah, let's drop another T80. So our opponent really needs to keep us pinned almost around the clock here. Alright, blockade, sure. 00 though is still 0. Alright, so we don't get as much benefit as we would have liked out of our engineers, but we have our opponent in a very precarious situation now. So, love to see an alliance. We're going to try and... we might self-damage our T80s to see if we can dig for one. Alright, SKUA. Okay, Industrial Might, a little late to the party, but let's see if we can find an alliance here. SICKLE our own T80. Alright, we get reserves. Take out the SKUA. Get in for 5 more on our opponent. Since we can't move anything else to the front line, we'll just pop off this reserves just to get it out of our hand. We'll pass for now. We don't need to cycle with this Industrial Might. Our opponent needs a guard unit here or some kind of HQ buff. Alright, they find a Churchill. Okay. Let's see. Can we chew through this Churchill at all? Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we can get through it. So we gotta, and we have a ton of we can get some card draw going too. So we're gonna do that. This might be the incorrect play here, but I think it keeps enough pressure on our opponent. And we're we're going to be digging here a little bit. So if we find even a unity of strength would be good. Alright, well, we have a mobilization for next turn now. We'll pop off another, well, no, yeah, we might as well pop off another reserves. So next turn we draw 3, hopefully we hit something to get us across the finish line here. Alright, another Churchill. Alright. Siberian Transfer is pretty good. But we need something to buff our guys with. Alright, there's a unity of strength. There's the alliance. Alright. So let's go unity of strength here. Drop the Churchill. And then get in for the last 2. So, there we go. Alright, another win there. That's always good. So, alright, we'll try another one with this one. Get a couple more in here for the old tokens. Alright, hope we don't run into that pin everything deck again. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll keep this one. Maybe not. Maybe I should have thrown it back. Alright, early reserves though. Oop, come on, reserves. There you go. Pass it back. Hopefully our opponent plays something tiny here that we can take out. Alright, Nakshub. Okay. Let's go with T80. See what else, what other tricks our opponent's got going on here. Alright, Panzer Grenadiers. Okay, well, we can take out the Panzer Grenadiers, so we're going to do that. Another T80. Okay, that's good. Get rid of the Panzer Grenadiers. Ooh, and a Katy. Okay. Let's take the front row, get in for 3. Then let's go with another T80, and let's pop off another reserves to make this industrial might that much better in the future. Alright, pass it back. Okay, so getting in for 6 next turn's pretty good. Potentially 8 with Katy, but depends on what we draw. We would love to see our engineers off the top. Alright, Stug. Okay, well. We might as well hit the Stug and see if we can find anything. We'd love to see the alliance. Okay, well, we might as well try with Katy to take the Stug out. Alright, get the good roll. Drop the Stug, that's good. Alright, get in for 6. And let's go with 2 light infantry. Oh, get out there, light infantry. This industrial might is a draw 3 next turn now, which is good. And again, the alliance. Okay, opponent gives it up. Alright, so the lucky flip of the coin there with Katy was enough. Alright, so let's get another one in. Why not? This one, please. So we're up against Kuso Kowali, or Kowai, Kuso Kowai maybe? Alright, don't need Siberian Transfer. I'm actually going to throw Katie back. Do it, or question mark. Do we do that? Yeah, I'm going to throw it back because I want to get these combat engineers going. Oh, and it backfired. Okay, no. This is where that 16th Rifles would come in handy. Alright, pass it. Alright, Panzer 2A. Okay, let's go with our T-80. So if we can grab the front line here, that'd be great. Alright, Albacore. Oh, okay, we get lucky, get a Katie back. So, I think we have to flip a coin with Katie, though, and get rid of the KATYUSHA. Or, get rid of the Albacore. Come on. Ugh, bad luck. Bad luck this time. Alright, pass it back. Shoot. That was just bad luck. Just bad luck. Alright, another 2A. Take out our Katie. Okay. Alright, well, let's do a damage to the first Panzer. See what we draw. Alright, no surrender. Okay, let's take out the first Panzer here. We're going to lose. Well, no, we don't. We can go combat engineers, and we can take the front line and at least get a trade-off with our T-80. As long as our opponent, our opponent could have a million things in their hand to get them out of this, but we'll see. I think they would have snapped something off pretty quickly if they could. Alright, they tactical strike our engineers. Okay, but they didn't attack our T-80, so let's get rid of this stupid Albacore. Let's see, because we use the Cossacks for other stuff. So let's go with our 1271st here. I mean, if our T-80 goes now, it's done its job. And the 1271st gives us a nice beefy unit in the front line. Alright, Panzer 3, sure. Alright, okay, trades around, sure. Alright, so let's get that in the front line. Let's do some reserving. Let's get one reserves, and let's go with a Cossacks. Get that in the front line. Next turn we can either go no surrender, more reserves, then we got this unity is strength. Alright, so opponent forces us back a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so let's get a light infantry going. So this would be +4/+4 right now. Let's get a little bit more. Okay, so some more light infantry. Alright, so we can drop all 3 of them, can't we? Well, we can drop 2 of them. Alright, then go unity of strength on our Cossacks. Give it 6/6. Let's take the Playin out, just because it can cause us more trouble. And move another big beefy body to the front line. Alright, so opponent gets a draw there. Panzer, sure. Okay. Alright, well, we can give our opponent all kinds of problems now, because we can keep putting out some pretty big units at this point. I'd rather just get rid of that tank and go with a big infantry regiment, just to keep big stuff in front of our opponent's stuff. Get in for a point of damage. Hold on to this 554th in hopes that we draw another engineer regiment. we have to trade off our Cossacks here, then I mean, they get replaced with the 12th Infantry. And we'd love to see the Alliance, mobilization, any real draw stuff would be good here. Alright, Panzer. Okay, so we lose both of our bigger guys, but alright, we get a Siberian transfer. Let's take down the Panzer. Move to the front line, and let's get another 12th Infantry going. Get in for another 2 points at our opponent's HQ. And let's run this 554th up there as well. Because if they're playing mostly German stuff, we want to have minimum support line things to avoid Eagle's Claws. So we'll see. Alright, another Panzer. Okay. Alright, and then they attack with their plane. Alright, so let's get in for 7 at our opponent's HQ. We're going to use our Siberian transfer to take out their Panzer. Nail the plane. Then let's get him for 2 more. Okay, from the deep takes out our little guy here, sure. Okay, then let's go with the light infantry. Alright, and I'll hold on to that 12th infantry. Okay, albacore, sure. Alright, fortification, okay, and a black watch. Alright, there's our alliance. That's what we are looking for here. Alright, let's go no surrender. Get some more beef out there, some more bodies. Now we'll give them the alliance. Okay, then we can take out the black watch. And pass it back. And then, okay, so now it's down to our opponent. Do they have anything that can get them out of this? Like a carpet bombing would hurt. Yep, there it is. Of course. Whenever the opponent needs it, the opponent has it. Always keep that in mind. Alright, get rid of the guards. Get another 12th infantry out there. Let's see if we can get through this, though. Another black watch. Alright, that doesn't hurt us. They can bomb us, but whatever. Okay, what else you got, opponent? Alright. Naval support, eh? Okay. Alright, well, we definitely want to take out their card draw options. Get our 16th rifles going and get our 554th going. So we're going to lose this 12th infantry. We do have our opponent down to 2 cards, and we took away their card draw potential. Alright. What else you got, opponent? Anything good? Okay, we get the reserves. So we'll send in the reserves. We should draw like 3 here. 3 or 4? 4. Alright. Well, got to take down Black Watch. Might as well snag the front line with another guy. Let's hit the albacore. And let's drop 2 infantry. So, opponent's got some choices here. Another carpet bombing. Ugh. Okay. Well, it's our turn again, huh? Alright, well, let's get in for 11 at their HQ. And we'll fire off a no surrender. And pass it back. So hopefully we're just going wide enough, and we've had to pull out all the tricks in this one. So see if our opponent has anything else to get them out of this. All right, opponent, what do you got? All right, bomb and a tactical strike. Shoot. And they have the big fat tiger, of course. All right, well, we get to draw two. All right, so let's draw two. Combat engineers and Katie. All right, Katie can win this for us. We have to take out the albacore first. Now let's drop our combat engineers. Now we just got to keep enough Katie protection in the front line. We got through what, both carpet bombings, so come on, no eagle's claws here. So let's see. Opponents played this one pretty well, though. They've done everything they can to stay in this game. Enemy lost contact. Okay, well, I hope like they legitimately lost contact and they're not just being a sore loser. Because if they're being a sore loser, then that's not cool. But we'll sit here and wait. So hopefully they legitimately lost contact. But it's pretty interesting they lost contact at this point in the game. So, you know, kind of a sore loser there for our opponent. But we get the win. And we're happy because we got the win. So, yeah, that'll probably do it for this video here. I'm going to keep playing this deck because it's fun. And it has a lot of cool different ways to go about things. But, yeah, let's just spin through it one more time so you can kind of see the deck list that I used. Very similar to the one on Play Cards. I just didn't have another 16th rifles. So, you know, pretty good deck, fun to play, lots of interesting lines of play. The Alliance and the Engineers are very important for this one. But yeah, that's going to do it for the Soviet tokens. So thanks for hanging out, everybody, and you know, just let other people know about the channel so we can hopefully get it up to the monetization level. That'd be pretty sweet. But yep, that's tokens, and yeah, good time, good time had by all. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you again in one coming up in the future.